Okay, I was able to find Cindy Kassab's appearance at the TriMet board meeting. When was this? 2 years ago. When? Doesn't what date's this? It says 2 years ago, but it doesn't give me the date. And so today she had her little party, but I wanna make a separate clip just about her and what she had to say at this board meeting. And I was surprised that they didn't bring her back to the board meeting. It was surprising to me that they didn't have her make another appearance. But let's hear this.
God, look at this.
Oh,
Cindy, congratulations.
Unfortunately, I've got my comments in this because for me to go try to find this video on the TriMet YouTube would be take me forever. So
Congratulations on your last 45 years.
I gotta take a picture of
I
this.
want to say to you, just well done. I've had the pleasure to meet with you in person.
and we have we're in peak COVID right here, of course.
And just you are a phenomenal person and a phenomenal
shut up.
operator for TriMet. So congratulations.
I'm sorry about my comments in the video. I'm sorry about that.
Come on,
What we really want to hear is what she had to say.
Cindy.
thank you so much for recognizing me, and I really enjoy being here. I've been here over half of my life. It's hard to believe. It really isn't. You know,
Well
TriMet's
over.
been really good to me. You know, I was driving my bus yesterday, and I passed a building that said payday loans, and I'm thinking, boy, I'm so glad I got out with TriMet because I've never had to do a payday loan. so, so anyway, yeah, it's I don't know. I've met a lot of great people, great passengers in my life. I've driven the 43 for a long time, so you know, since I haven't been on the 43 now because
Yeah, she spent most of her career at Merlo Garage, which is why I was surprised that she had her party at Powell. She spent most of her time at Merlo.
they took the midday service off.
So is this
But, you know, some of them
this is the guy behind the scenes here? Is this the Jeff guy?
have become my good friends. In fact, I'm going to go this Friday. I'm going to go ride with another bus operator, and I told some of the passengers I'm going to be coming on board. So, you know, yeah. But I don't know. I get emotional because I know eventually I'm going to be retiring. And
yeah, you dumbass. Why are you still there, man?
Sorry, I apologize. Okay. This is just me enjoying myself watching these stupid board meetings. In order for me to get through the board meetings, I have to entertain myself. And so I make these comments. Nobody really watches what I'm doing. So I'm not a professional person at this. Okay. So sorry about these comments.
You could make more money retired than working, and you know she's lost all those years of Social Security and pension now. The longer she's saving the government money by not collecting her pension and her Social Security. Go travel the world and take pictures, Cindy. What are you doing driving a bus? You served your time. Now go live your life. Watch it on TV with me.
I get really emotional when I think about that because I started at such a young age, and you know. So, but if anybody has any questions, you know.
Yeah, she had one job her whole life. I had like 100 jobs. Can you imagine having one job your whole life? I can't even picture it.
Go ahead and ask me. Oh.
I'll just turn it over to the board and ask board members, do you have any questions or comments for Cindy?
Okay.
I have a comment and a question. My comment is just thank you for your service. 45 years is a long time. And I know you've seen generations go past you. And thank you very much for your ambassadorship, because you can't do that job 45 years and have the service that you've had
That's
without
for sure.
being an ambassador as well.
I'll say one thing for Cindy, and people should use her as an example. We don't ever hear her on the radio, ever, ever, ever. She knows how to handle. She couldn't have survived there for 40 years if she didn't know how to handle people. and she does know how to handle people. She's very good with people. Very good with disabled people. She's just good with people.
Well, so thank you very much for all of that. My question is, what is your most satisfying experience that you had in those 45 years as a TriMet employee?
Oh, that's that's really hard. I don't know. It's probably many of them. You know, I put myself in other people's shoes, and just the people that I've met, helping them out. One thing I really enjoyed about the 43 was, I'm probably the bus driver that a lot of drivers love to hate, because if somebody wants dropped off at their home,
Yes,
and
she does that.
like especially
That's right. That's why she's good, folks. Listen to this. This is important because this is it right here. She goes out of her way to make people happy. That's how you do the job. She is one of the best people in customer service I've ever known.
if they have a hard time walking and it's safe, I'll drop them off right at their home, at their front door. I just really thrive doing that.
That's right.
Really do. Just giving people.
That's right. That's what you do, man. I'm glad she said that, because that's what you do. You give them what they want, and then they like you.
Yeah, stop it right there. Yeah, did you hear what she said? She takes them right up to their door. She went out of her way to make sure people got what they wanted. Once again, I apologize for my talking in this video, but
And they defend you, and they don't mess with you. And she's 40 years at this job as a female.
Safe service and having conversations with people. It's hard to just pinpoint one. I helped a lot of people. I know one time I picked up.
This actually isn't bad. I'm surprised. This is actually pretty good. I'm quite surprised.
Somebody, he was in a mobility device, and I was on my way back to the Merle garage, and his battery was running low. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go off route, and I'm going to take you to where your apartment is, and then I can just go back to the garage.
Yeah, that's it. That's right there, folks. You got to listen to.
yeah, I get excited about it because she does what nobody was there. I used to do that too. I used to constantly take people where they needed to go. I never call it in. You don't call in, you do it. You just do it. And so you hear what she said? She goes off route and takes people to where they need.
This, you drivers better listen to this. This is how you do it.
Once again, I'm sorry for my bullshit, but it's already on that tape and I can't get rid of it.
This is the job. She's telling you right here how you do your job.
So I did that, feel like, I really love to help people.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, she does.
Any other comments, President Warner or anyone from the board?
Well, this is President Warner. I just want to thank you for your years of service and ask you if you ever drove the Holgate line in your early career.
I did. It was a 26 Holgate. I drove it, back in the day.
Yeah.
I started on the east side of town. There was only one garage when I started, Center Street, and I think Powell opened up in 77 or 78, but I did drive the Holgate. I sure did.
Yeah, of course she did.
I think you may have driven me around from Southeast Portland to downtown many times. Hard to tell with your mask on, but thank you again for your service. It's greatly appreciated.
Oh, thank you.
Warner was so sophisticated in how he did that presidency versus Simmons, who was so unsophisticated. You really could tell the difference in the two.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Other board comments?
This is Lori. I just wanted to echo, thank you for all of your years of service. I remember 1976. You've seen a lot of changes. I wanted to ask you what it was like to be a female bus operator back in the 1970s. You probably were a small group of women at that time. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a small group. And, you did get harassed sometimes. I remember I had it was a tripper where I picked up some folks and I took them to an industrial park, and the guys in the back, they would kind of hassle and stuff like that. And then, but then I'll tell you, I got to tell you this one story. So there was this one gal, Mary. She drove for a long time, and this is the story that I heard. So she got downtown, and the guy, she opened the door, and he didn't want to ride her bus because she was a woman. So he said, I'm going to wait for the next bus. So guess who shows up? It wasn't me, of course, but another woman driver shows up, and so two in a row. So, and I remember, I was driving the 33 at one time, and I kind of overshot my turn from McLaughlin Boulevard to make a left turn into Milwaukee, and I had to kind of back up. So these guys, to my right, they say woman driver, but it's a lot better now. It's way better now. I'm really glad of that.
That girl, Cindy.
Well, thank you for persevering.
Hi, Cynthia. Thank you so much for your decades of service.
It's
76,
Cindy.
that was before I was born, so I don't remember much at all.
Isn't that something? She wasn't even born in 76. Shit. I was already graduated high school. I was in college.
But I know that in 77, the Blazers won the NBA championship, and that was a big year. And I'm just curious if you had worked that day and if you were, if you had witnessed anything special, particularly for the city of Portland.
Oh, I just remember, I don't know if I worked that day because I took Tuesday, Wednesdays off, but I do remember them having a parade. I mean, it was really incredible. And, really, I wait for the day till they can win another championship. It's been a long time. So, yeah, but I definitely remember that. Really do.
Yeah,
and I just one more question. What are your retirement plans?
Yeah.
This is 2 years ago, by the way, too. So she didn't retire for some time yet.
Well, I'm thinking about retiring in 2023. We'll see. I do wildlife and nature
Okay, so she did actually retire in 2023, like she said.
photography.
She's going to stay till 2023. She's out of her fucking mind, lady.
Sorry, Cindy. Sorry. I thought she was pretty crazy when she could have retired and got her full TriMet pension. I mean, there's a cap on the pension. You can't just keep going and going and going. She got her full TriMet pension like at 30 years. And then she got her full Social Security too. So she worked 10 more years than she had to, pretty much. Although I'm not sure. I think she's 70. I don't know how old she is. Wait a minute. She started at 21, and she's just retired after 47 years. So she's 21 plus 47 is, what is that? 21 plus 40. So she's not even that old. That's 60. Wait a minute. I can't, my mind hasn't been the same lately. So she started at 21 when she was 47 years. She's only 68, so no wonder she didn't retire. Actually, I see what she did now. She waited until she could get her full Social Security. I think it's 67, right? So I was wrong when I made those comments. Okay, I thought she was older for some reason, and I was wrong. So she just waited till she got her full Social Security. So she's gonna be living good, man. She's gonna have a nice retirement.
You are crazy.
And
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I should have calculated that out.
I keep thinking, I could be here, I could be there. Klamath Falls is one of my favorite areas. I'm going to be going to Alaska next month to photograph brown bears and their cubs. And I'm going with another group of 6 photographers.
I think she's doing that right now, too. I think I just read somewhere that's her plan.
So I would not be bored. I definitely would not be bored because, you go out and you take images and then you come out.
I mean, she's a photographer and a traveler, and why don't you retire and do that? She's really hooked on that job.
Sorry,
It's her whole life.
I don't know.
She's
I didn't know I was just rambling away because that's what I do.
she said before. I've heard her say it. You'll have to carry me out of here. I'll retire.
Oh, she did actually say that. I heard her say it myself. You'll have to carry me out of here before I retire. So she did have a change of heart. And she only went 1 year past the maximum Social Security. So it was only actually 1 year past that.
When they carry me out of here. So she's not ever going to plan to retire. She won't. You know, I heard last year she's going to retire this April. Well, April's come and gone. Now she just said 2023. She's not going to retire, obviously.
Now you edit them. I mean, I could stay home for 90 days and, edit my images and stuff. And it's just, I'm actually enjoying
Actually, she's a good photographer too. Her stuff is good.
home now, my days off. I mean, before COVID, I would work a lot of hours, but since COVID, I've really
full Social Security is it? Wait.
enjoyed. In fact, in February I had a vacation and I didn't go anywhere and I stayed home.
Yeah, it says here at 66, you get your full Social Security. So, and she's how old is she? Whatever I said.
Boy, this is what retirement's going to be like, So, yeah. So if anybody wants to check out my photography, it's, www.cindykassab.com. I have a website, so you can check out my work.
Let's check that
Thank
out.
you. And I just wanted to add how deeply honored I am to be able to be here for celebrating your career. This is a rare treat to have someone be such an instrumental part of this organization.
Yeah,
you
look
clearly have grown up with it, so thank you so much for all your service. And I'm also hearing the potential for a gallery exhibit of sorts one day when you're ready to show your photography. We might have to have other TriMet staff members see what you've been up to.
Well, you can look at my website.
Yeah.
I was in a gallery, Gango Gallery, a long time ago, and then out there at the Collector Gallery back in the 80s and 90s, but it's so different now. So,
look at that.
I do have a website, and
yes, and
if anybody's interested, they can contact me about photographs and stuff, So, yeah, but look up my website.
It's playing by itself.
Yeah. Thanks, Ozzy.
Cynthia, this is Linda Simmons. I'm curious. Well, first of all, comments that people have made are just wonderful. Your contribution to the agency and to the lives of so many people that you help provide transit for. I'm curious if you have acknowledged in your work the changes in highway development and traffic patterns since you began, because that's a lot of time and a lot of development in the Portland area and in the region that
you can buy our stuff right here.
Has really changed the face of how we get around.
Look at this stuff, will you?
I'm curious, what your observations are about that.
Well, let me tell you, it's, back in the day, really traffic wasn't too bad. I remember, I moved out in Vancouver, 1987. I remember leaving downtown at 5 o'clock, going over the interstate bridge with no problem. But now the traffic is, oh my gosh, especially in the afternoon, it's so bad. There's been so many people moving here.
Who's this Max?
Who's
this?
I don't know. The thing I don't like is, though, they take some of the roads like Foster.
Oh, yeah. Notice here they have the top chat. They discontinued that. They don't do that anymore. Of course.
And they call it a road diet.
And by the way, I never commented on their live chats. I never stuck my nose in those. So don't blame me for that getting stop.
they take out a lane
You can-
and, to put bicycle paths in there, and it's just, I don't know. And you look at Powell Boulevard. Look at Powell Boulevard by the Powell Garage. It really backs up. I don't know.
Get 'em,
And
Cindy,
then
get
the
'em.
Interstate Bridge, that could be wide. They should widen that to at least 4 lanes each way, because there's a lot of truckers that
Yeah, I'm not exactly a bike enthusiast, as you can see. Probably one of the reasons they didn't have her back.
go through there, and they're losing time, you're losing money, making their hauls. But okay, so when I started here, the whole
Cindy's a working woman, man. She's a working woman. Okay, that's a working woman there.
whole state of Oregon, the whole state of Oregon only had like 1 million plus people, 1.5 million people. Now there's 4 million people in Oregon, so that's quite a rise. And I remember when Portland had like 368,000 people, and you could go out to Hillsboro, Forest Grove. It was country out there, but now it's. In fact, I was working matinees and night runs out of Merlo for a long time, and then I came out to Powell last July. I've decided I am done with matinees and nights because the traffic in the afternoon is absolutely horrible. It is. It is.
So she must have gone over to Powell and done some morning. Yeah, I understand there's a few really easy runs over there. And everything in the morning is pretty easy anyway, but who wants to get up at 3 in the morning?
Well, I'm one of the board members, probably not the only one, that has driven the bus simulator. And, I have a real respect for your work and your ability to navigate streets that are not really very wide. Not all the streets are wide for some of the 40-foot buses, and I can't even imagine when we get to 60-foot buses. But hopefully the Division Transit project will make that more possible. Your work is extraordinarily demanding, and not just in terms of navigating the streets, but also managing all the relationships with people. And I'm just in awe of the work that you and all of your colleagues do in terms of providing safe and reliable service to our community. And the fact that you've not had crashes.
Just use those buzzwords, just safe and reliable. Just use those buzzwords.
In all that time is a real tribute to you, because when I did the bus simulator, I took out a mirror. I was turning left, and the back of the bus took out the mirror on the car that was parked along the road. And so, because you have to allow 2 feet to the right in order to make that turn without colliding with cars parked along the street. If any of you board members have not done the bus simulator, arrange with staff to do it. It's absolutely
you should do it.
Amazing the work that you do. So thank you.
Yeah, well, I allow 100 feet when I turn. Just kidding.
Goodbye, Simmons. Thank God you're good.
All right. Any other follow-up from the board before we close?
Hi, Cynthia. This is Laverne. Just want to say thank you and congratulations. Retirement is everything that you will think of and then some. The only downside is, especially when you wear a uniform, you have to go out and buy clothes. So look forward to a new wardrobe. Congratulations again.
Well, thank you so much. It was nice to meet all of you.
Well, Cindy, before you go, wanted to just let you know that we appreciate you. I've seen some of those amazing photos, and they are truly amazing. So thank you for taking time to join us today. And really, thank you for your service that you bring, and thank you for going the extra mile.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. It's a fucking job, man. Okay. We took it for the money. And that's why we took the job. Because we needed money. We needed health care. Because we live in a country that's run by a crime syndicate. And if you don't have money, you can't get anything. And if you don't have, you can only get health care through your job.
So thank you, Cindy, and congratulations.
All right. Well, that was very nice. I'm sorry that my chattering during the original presentation of this kind of was annoying, but that's how I do it. Over and out.